Hey there, and welcome back to Gerora Gaming. It's been a while since I've uploaded a video. I want to say it's been 3 months, but I'm really excited to be back, and I hope you're excited to see some new content here. We're going to get into Bumblebee Beach Adventure Park here in a second, but first I want to give a couple different updates. First, I'm going to go ahead and just get all the YouTube jargon out of the way first. I know you hear this from every single creator you watch, but 98.5% of my viewers are not subscribed. So if you're watching this video right now and you've seen my videos in the past, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you like a video and you also turn on notifications for channels, it also just boosts channels, or the videos in the algorithm, my video specifically. So it will enable me to do more of these if I'm having a larger audience and a larger reach. I'm really close to being able to monetize videos, which, you know, whatever, that's cool. I mean, if I reach 500 subscribers, I'll probably make like a couple pennies per video, but, you know, if I continue doing this, it will grow. And if you want to see this channel grow, do all those YouTuber things like hitting the subscribe button, all that kind of stuff. Anyways, let's get to why I was gone. So I'm going to try to keep this brief. Long story short, I had a lot of life change, really big life change happen over the last couple of months. But before I get into that even, I just want to go ahead and say some things about Planet Coaster 2. So you're probably seeing all your favorite YouTubers talk about how Planet Coaster 2 has been fixed. And I have not put enough hours into the game to agree with that yet, but I've been keeping an eye on these updates, and I haven't played since they put out update 1. So we're on update 5 now, going on update 6 in June, and it looks awesome. It looks great, and I really hope that there's a lot of fixes for the game, because the reason why I haven't made videos in a while is because I kind of fell out of love with this game. You know, I was putting a lot of energy elsewhere in other parts of my life, and Planet Coaster 2 it felt clunky. It didn't really feel clean, and I wasn't really excited with the results I was getting while playing the game. A lot of frustrations, long story short. So I'm back now after several months away, and I'm really excited to continue making content for you guys. So that's the first thing, and let's go ahead and talk about other things real quick before we talk about the coaster on the screen here. So I had a pretty big life change, and I quit my job. Long story short, working at this place for 2 years, and decided to go full-on freelance with my career, as well as pursue music full-time. I am a drummer. I am a professional drummer, and I just wanted to see myself do that more. I just turned 30 recently, and I just want to get out and play a lot of shows, play gigs, and really see what it's like to be a full-time gigging drummer. So balancing that with my career in audio video, it's gone pretty well so far. I've been doing it for about 2 months now, and being freelance is interesting. It's an interesting world that I do really enjoy a lot. You have a lot more time to yourself to be able to work on things like make Planet Coaster videos. And, you know, I also get to pursue making drum content and stuff, which I have a different channel for that and stuff. But yeah, when you are freelance, you have that time, but being freelance isn't all sunshine and rainbows. That's not what this video is about, so I won't get into that. I'm gonna go ahead and get into this coaster that we're seeing right now. So this wooden coaster is a behemoth. It's over 155 feet tall and goes about 65 miles per hour. The direct inspiration for this is Son of a Beast, as well as the original Mean Streak, not Steel Vengeance. As you can see, obviously, with the layout, there's a lot of interplay with the track. You know, there's a lot of pass-bys, a ton of head choppers, and the ride is just kind of full of speed. The challenge with this ride, first, I always make wooden coaster drops too steep. I think I hit this one out of the park. I think I finally nailed it. But the second challenge is figuring out the banking, because if you go and watch Mean Streak point of views, and even, you know, Beast and Son of Beast POVs, a lot of the banking is pretty narrow. It's like 10 degrees, 15 degrees at the top of these banks. Also, once you get past a certain degree point in Planet Coaster, the catwalk goes away, which is also something you don't really see in, you know, late 90s, early or mid 80s Beast wooden roller coasters. So that's one thing I'm struggling with a little bit, and I definitely want to give it another pass in the future, off camera, just smoothing out the banking and kind of working on it from there. So overall, I'm pretty happy with this ride's layout. It's pretty fast, as you'll see in the POV. And guess what? I included the POV this time, because the last time I made a roller coaster and didn't include it in the first video, people were outraged. So I got you guys this time. I got a POV at the end. But the only thing I don't really love about the layout on this ride is after the brake run, and you're gonna see a lot of different changes kind of happen here, but for some reason I just could not come up with an ending for this ride that made sense. Like the brake run happens at a pretty decent spot, but it's not at a super high point. I think it's 55. I can't really tell how fast the video is going, but I want to say it's 55 feet in the air eventually. The one you're seeing now is not the final result. I just could not come up with the smooth ending. I might even change it based on what you see. You can see I'm toying with going underneath the station, which I really like as a concept, but I kind of realized how much of a pain in the butt this is going to be if I roll with this when I'm building the station. I might go back to it just because it's conceptually pretty cool, but I'm trying to keep this ride decently simple. Yeah, look, there it is, 50 feet. So I'm trying to keep this ride pretty simple as far as the scenery goes. For theming and scenery, I am just going to go ahead and spoil it. I'm going to go ahead and make this a Western ride, and I have really exciting plans once I'm done with this ride that I don't know if I want to tell you yet or not. Should I tell you? Yeah, I'll tell you. So once this ride's done, once I'm done theming it and all that good stuff, adding all the landscaping and cleaning up landscaping, we're going to make an RMC conversion of this project. And I'm really stoked about that. I've always wanted to do this in this game and Planet Coaster in general, and just haven't. So we're going to do a whole nother video series after this one, converting this ride into a modern day RMC coaster. So that'll be really cool. The theme is going to be Cowboys versus Aliens because the sci-fi theme just released, and we also have the Western theme that released, I believe it was last month. So I'm really stoked about that. Don't want to get too ahead of myself here, but that's the idea for the future. Here you can see, going back to that layout, we're just deleting it all. We're deleting it. I'm not happy with it. Looks terrible, feels terrible. So we're going to kind of see what happens here. I don't love it still. I don't mean to harp on this, but it doesn't really feel realistic to this era of coaster, and that's kind of where I'm struggling and why I will most likely go back and redo it, because the last half kind of feels like more of like a terrain wooden coaster that you would see probably like 2010-ish. I felt like there's a lot of terrain woodies in that era. I might be slightly off with that. I'm not going to claim to be a massive coaster like historian. I was when I was a kid, but I haven't really dove into that in several years. So you don't see a lot of this banking though on older coasters built in or I should say this type of banking and this type of turns, especially for like the scale for the rest of the ride. So I really need to sit down and kind of look at more examples of rides. So if you have any suggestions, let me know as far as rides similar to Beast, Son of Beast, Mean Streak that I could look into around that same era to get a more accurate end here. I might end up keeping it. I doubt it, but yeah, just let me know what you think in the comments below. One last thing before we get on to the POV and talk about some other things. So I want to bring up Bumblebee Beach Adventure Park. That project is going to be just put on the shelf for right now. I'm very uninspired by that park right now. I've added some things off screen that you haven't seen yet, but that's part of the reason why I stopped playing is because I think I jumped into a medium size, even a small project too soon, and I just no inspiration to finish that right now. So that's immediately on the shelf. We'll see what happens. I would love to recreate Wonder Lake, and I probably will do that this summer. I feel like I recreate that every time a new game comes out, and yeah, it's just kind of my baby. It's an idea I've had since I was a teenager, making these parks. So Wonder Lake will probably be my first big project in this game. We'll go from there and we'll see. But as you can see, we are terrain painting. This is one of my weirdly one of my favorite things to do in this game. I think the textures are just phenomenal. I think I went on a tangent about how much I love the textures in this game on my first video. But yeah, it really looks great. You can mix the sand and the gravel really well together, and it looks super realistic for a lot of coasters. You virtually never will see grass underneath rides because they don't get much sun underneath there. Plus, usually when there's construction, they just leave it and they plant grass all around it. So I really like the way it ends up looking on this ride specifically. I am a little lazy here in the moment, and I'm gonna clean this up in the future. But we start putting down trees and rocks and stuff, and like I said, I'm gonna clean that up, make it look a little better. The forest will probably stay, but the rocks and the shrubbery, eventually I will change that and add more to that, just give it a little more detail, kind of like you saw in Kronos, my blue hyper coaster. I'm really excited to add theming to this ride. I haven't touched the Western set at all, or the sci-fi set at all, so I'm really excited to dive headfirst into that. But for now, let's go ahead and dive headfirst into the unfinished POV. All right, there you have it. Thank you so much for sticking around and watching this video. Once again, if you liked this, if you enjoyed it, please subscribe. Please go ahead and hit like. Subscriptions go a long way, so if you are not subscribed to the channel and this is your first time seeing it, check out some of the older ones. We have some Planet Coaster 2 channel content here, as well as some older Planet Coaster 1 content. So I want to go ahead and say thank you for sticking around. A lot of you have commented on old videos, on posts I've made, asking me when I'm coming back. Gosh, I mean, I don't even know if I made a video this year. I'd have to look. I'm unprepared in that statement, but I'm grateful that people still want to see content from me, even though I am such a new YouTuber. So thank you so much for the support. It's very kind of you guys, and I'm looking forward to getting more content out this summer specifically. So let me know what you want to see below in the comments, and I'll brainstorm some of my ideas outside of this project and my Wonder Lake Park. I kind of want to go ahead and throw probably at least one or two more small coaster projects, just kind of getting used to the game a little more. I get used to the pathing system, that kind of stuff, before I jump straight into a park. So whatever suggestions you have for different rides in the game, please let me know. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to go ahead and sign off here. I hope you have a great day, night, or evening, wherever you're at, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.